Good morning, folks. Welcome in midweek show here on Airliners Live. For those on Twitch who've just heard my intro, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the YouTube crew. Yeah, we were just talking, it's very foggy here at Manchester Airport. But as I was setting up the flight radar screen, we noticed this A380 wasn't moving very fast. And it's vacated the runway. I mean, the fire crew have met it as well. Yeah, not quite sure what the issue was here.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Something's obviously happened.
This is the issue with us not being able to have ATC on our streams in the UK, because yeah, we would know pretty quick what it was if we did. Tell you what, chat, we were rushing getting live to find out what was going on and get you guys a shot of it. Not even got me brew out the bag or anything yet.
There is reports that this was an engine stall that caused this.
Okay.
Although I can see all the engines are running. It's hard to see what engine they're looking at there. Yeah, it's super foggy today, folks. We can't even... Well, we can just about see the runway now, actually. It's clearing up. Just about. When we got here, it was like you couldn't even see the taxiway.
I think I'm fogging up, never mind. Hello?
Yeah, what's fog and what's not?
I know.
At this point.
I'm sure my camera's fogging up. Either that or my eyes are. One of the two.
Oh, it was doing my eyes in this morning, doing the school run, and couldn't even see past the end of my nose. It was properly cold this morning as well. It's warmed up a bit. It was, 0 degrees by mine. Yeah, I noticed that driving here, though, on the M6 and the M56, it was really clear.
Yeah, around near mine, it had cleared up. But, yeah, unfortunately, around here it hasn't. But doesn't faze us. Here on Airliners Live, as you guys know, we relish a show like this. Gives us a chance to catch up with the community and use all the tools we've got here at our disposal to still bring you guys an absolutely mega show. So welcome in, everyone. Welcome in.
Yeah, it was weird, but this plane just landed a couple of moments ago. We didn't see it. We just seen it emerge from the fog.
This one, no, this was taking off.
Oh, it was taking off?
This was taking off for Dubai. And that's why I ran up. I said, mate, why is this A380 going so slow?
Whoa, okay.
And I was expecting it to, I initially thought that, it must be the fog. It's just gone below minimums or whatever, and it can't take off, and it's just going to come round and have another go. But yeah, then the fire department started coming out.
Yeah.
I thought, oh yeah, no, there's definitely something else going on there then.
And it was the full shebang, wasn't it? Like, you got all them trucks behind. Over on the other side, you got 2 extras. It's a lot big response here.
Where's Airliners Live ATC when you need him?
I know, yeah. Starting to move.
So yeah, engine stall is the rumour.
I didn't hear the plane spool up. Maybe it did. Wow, that's a lot of fire vehicles behind. Wow. Don't let the media get hold of this. Yeah, it is clearing up, folks, as well, so that's good. Wow. Big response.
That A380 will go back to stand. More than likely get that engine looked at. Compressor stalls are quite eventful. It's actually modelled in the Phoenix IAE variant. If you guys want to have a buzz for yourself, if you just head to an airport with low temperatures and rain and ice and don't look after them engines, chances are you'll get one.
Wow.
But it can happen for sort of all manner of reasons. Huge operation now to more than likely off-board that aircraft.
There's a lot of people, isn't it? Hundreds and hundreds. That's a shame. Hopefully they get it sorted relatively quick. Probably means we'll get 2 A380s on the ground at once here in Manchester as well. But I think that stand 12 isn't being used today. So maybe both on remote stands. Sounds like a big game of Tetris. Wow. It's not often you see the full fleet out. Of course, the Airbus A380 is a massive plane. The response needed is, it's pretty big to look after all them folks on board if anything does go wrong. But it seems all good in the end.
Yeah, as usual, impeccable response and great to see as well. Although not great for the passengers on board, I'm sure. But welcome in to the midweek show. Anyone who think it's a Friday? Welcome in, folks. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you all. And welcome to everyone watching on Twitch as well. Hope you're doing well, guys. We have heavy fog here at Manchester at the moment. And visibility is improving as the minutes go on. But at the moment, it's low vis procedures for sure.
Yeah, just single runway operations. Usually that's not till about 11 a.m. these days.
Virgin A330 next to land after a go-around already. So we'll keep an eye on that. More than likely a link to the A380 issue rather than anything else, I would have thought.
Yeah, good point, yeah. We'll check that overlay as well.
Yeah, there we go.
Curious what the old METAR says there. I'm assuming it doesn't have...
1 knot. It's just like,
yeah,
that ain't moving, mate.
Yeah.
It ain't moving.
Yeah. It has cleared up a bit, though, since
Yeah.
we got here. So you can see when we got here, you could just about see that taxiway, just about. And then, obviously, the runway behind, we can now see as well. So that's good.
It's improved a lot.
Yeah.
And hopefully, if we get some of these conditions like this, guys, I'm going to grab some pictures at some point today as well, because we should see some nice ribbons, some nice wing fluff, engine fluff.
Can you hear something? Sounds like it's on approach.
Virgin Atlantic A380 arriving in from Orlando. 8 hours, 28 minutes on the move. And our partners over at Flight Radar 24, they're going to come in useful today, folks.
Wow.
Cheers, Dan. Star Alliance, 10 minutes out. Appreciate it, mate. That's the pictures I want today.
Yeah.
That is the pictures I want.
That's cool.
I think just as it lifts a little bit more, it might be the Andy show for half an hour. I think there's going to be like a half an hour window where it's going to be mega.
Yeah.
And then it'll lift too much, I think. We'll see.
Looking forward to it. 300 meter visibility. Yeah, sounds about right.
Hey, well, welcome in, folks. Welcome to the midweek show here on Airliners Live. Been looking forward to today. Big thanks to those who tuned in for Andy's stream last night. Streaming a bit of GeoGuessr, was you?
Yes.
How did it go?
Good fun. Enjoyed it.
There's a plane there somewhere. And it's a British Airways heading down to London Heathrow. Jill, good morning to you, saying it's overcast in Bolton. I don't know, Jill. It was clear last night, wasn't it? Wow. Hey, Barry Jones, 27 months of support to the channel. Saying how time flies. Love the show, lads. Well done. Keep up the good work. Hey, cheers, Barry. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers for the support. And Buffalo Tracker kicking off the stream with 5 gifted memberships coming into the channel. Thank you so much, Buffalo Tracker.
Wow.
Appreciate you, mate. Yeah, and thanks to those who tuned into my flight sim flight the other night as well, although it was slightly eventful. For those who kind of lost the stream and didn't come back for part 2, I apologise. My PC on final approach just went, nah, mate, had enough. Switched off. Took me about 10 minutes, 15 minutes to get it back on and working again. We went back live, And we just took off from Manchester and went and landed into Leeds because we'd already flown from Heathrow to Leeds and we were on short final to land. So, yeah, we did part 2. And huge thanks to Laurie as well. I'll give you one of these, Laurie, because even though it was only a 10-minute show, Laurie put 20 gifted subs into that stream.
Wow.
So thank you so much, Laurie, for that. It was incredibly generous for such a short sort of part 2 to the stream. So thank you so much. Scottish Linda, thank you very, very much for the 149 donation. Appreciate that. And Pedro, cheers, mate. Just gifted a membership. On to the Martini guy. Mega. In from Budapest next. Ryanair 737. Mark Stock, hello, welcome in.
Hello.
Ken, got you, Ken.
Fog really lifting here, which is great. Gonna actually get to see some planes now properly.
Mate, no joke, I wouldn't have minded a fog show today.
Oh yeah.
I was quite kind of like, I got up, I thought, you know what, this is going to be fun this today. Something a bit different. But I suppose you guys probably want to see a few planes. Johnny, we're in the Aviation Society commentary tower. So yeah, they've provided this awesome space for us to stream from, mate. Hey, welcome in. Welcome in, Steve. Saying all clear in Chorley. Flaps retracting on the 7-3. Yeah, Malcolm. We have got fog here today at the airport.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Gotcha. Hello, welcome to you. Roger tuning in. Welcome, mate.
Hello.
At least it's not raining. Hey, yeah, that's it, Roger. Yeah, as you fly into those clouds, it's straight down. Look at the instruments. Don't look at anything else.
Not much to see, is there?
No. Sophie, tuning in with baby Stan. Getting him into planes early. Mate, what a cool name Stan is. Isn't it?
Stan. Baby Stan.
You know he's going to be a boss already.
Yeah.
Stan. So, yes, mate, Stan's the guy.
Stan's the man.
He is.
Well, not yet, but give him 18 years.
Gulf Air well behind schedule. Not expected till 12:20 local, saying Matt. Yikes. And Brian, thank you so much for gently smashing the like button. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you very much. And John, heading into Lurker's Lounge today. Hey, no worries, John. Make sure you make full use of that buffet, mate. Thanks for tuning in, though. Couple of aircraft on the move. We've got the Ryanair that you've just seen arrive in from Budapest, and just down the end of the runway, heading out to Dublin, is the Aer Lingus A320.
Yeah, just situated next to the airport pub there, holding short of the runway.
That aircraft's just waiting for the arrival of the Lauda aircraft in from Vienna. It should just appear on your screens any moment now.
Can hear it. There you go.
The fog's lifted in Sale St. Peter. Roger Dodger.
Brill.
Nicholas tuning in from Leamington Spa. Welcome, mate. Look at this. Over 1,100 viewers already.
It's very laugh when Mav says that. He has to go, Leamington Spa. So that's a proper pronunciation. No fog in Vancouver, just rain. It's usually us with the rain.
I know. Makes a change, doesn't it?
Getting a little bit more time on the camera each time. Oh yeah, it's looking a lot better now.
Yeah, even by the minute you can see the improvement.
Mate, it surprises me how many people forget to use not only their fog lights on their cars, but also their headlights in these conditions.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I was driving on the motorway and like you get cars that are grey with no headlights on, and it's just like, whoa, there's a car there. So don't forget, folks, if you are driving in the fog, put your headlights on at least.
Yeah.
Especially if you've got a grey car, which is just like camouflaged into the fog. And of course, in days like today, everyone on the motorway is driving different speeds, so people think they can still do 70 odd miles an hour.
2 or 3 people today on the way down here. I left like quite a decent gap between me and the person in front of me. Just so I was like, right, I can't see nothing here.
Yeah.
Everyone's just like, wait,
Oh,
it's
thanks,
coming out.
mate.
I'm like, mate, that space ain't for you. You know what I mean? That's there for me to brake.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? You're just there sliding in there, just like giving me like this much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Sophie, yeah, the same with mine. Yeah, I think that's probably what it is cars don't know when it's foggy. So they won't automatically put the headlights on, and everyone just, well, most people these days have automatic headlights, don't they? So I think it's something you have to remember, really.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how to turn my fog headlights on. But but to be honest, as I was driving, it wasn't foggy enough, I don't think, to have them on anyway.
Yeah.
Like, what is the deal, guys, with fog lights? Because they're quite bright, aren't they? They can, like, blind people if you put them on and they're not... It's not foggy, right?
I don't know.
If it's not foggy enough, they're just super bright, aren't they?
A little bit, yeah. I suppose in darker conditions as well, I guess that's probably true.
KLM, next in from Amsterdam. Mate, I went down a proper YouTube rabbit hole last night.
So did I, but I guess mine's going to be completely different to yours, I can tell.
It will be.
Mine's not interesting.
Have you seen... I'm gonna say the 2 senior citizens, Pete and Baz.
Who?
Mate.
Pete and Bass.
Pete and Baz.
Pete and Baz.
Mate, oh my days.
Who's Pete and Baz?
These 2 older gentlemen, I'll say.
Okay.
doing like hip hop drill music, right?
Right.
And it's nuts, mate. It's
Wow.
absolutely nuts. Like, they're better than like half of the rappers these days. Like,
It's not hard, is it?
I went down some wonky rabbit hole last night. I got recommended it on a short. I was like, this has got to be a skit. This can't be real. These two older guys just doing it. Like, there's no way this is real, man. And then I just Googled them, and they've got like full-on albums in this out. I'm like, there's no way. There's got to be like ghostwriters or something for these guys. Apparently, they write all their own stuff as well.
Right.
I don't know. You know, I'm still unconvinced. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. Anyone who knows about them? Just to warn you guys, it's not PG material, so please don't. If you've got kids with you, don't go looking for it now.
I'm going to search it now. I'm going to have a look.
I'm going to have to play you one in the office, Andy. So don't listen to any. I'll play you an absolute banger in the office. And the rabbit hole I went down, and I've done this before.
Yeah.
I've done this before with people reacting to Pink Floyd for the first time, right? And there's videos which you can go and watch on YouTube of people being played Pink Floyd for the first time and like just seeing their reaction, like, wow, have I not heard this before? This is incredible.
Yeah.
And then there's the same thing for these Pete and Baz guys. And you see, like, the whole story just play out in people's facial expressions, man. Like,
is it them? Them guys?
Yeah. So they come out and they've got like the microphone there. The music starts, and the guy's like, yeah, this is quite a cool beat. And then these two old guys just walk in, and everyone's like looking like, what? Like, this has got to be a bit or something. It's, you know, they're not going to be. It's got to be a joke or something. And then bang, they start rapping, and everyone's just like, what? It's just absolute chaos. Yeah, it's funny. I'm going to have to play you some in the office. I can't play it on stream. It's not PG. But yeah, that was too much. God.
That is funny.
Wow, you listened to Pink Floyd, the final cut just today, saying Clem. Wow.
Mega.
Yeah, they are too funny. Too funny.
It is nice when you find like music for the first time and you just end up listening to it constantly all week and doing everyone's head in and out,
Yeah.
you know. You listen to that again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on. Maybe that'll be me with Pete and Baz.
Mate, gonna whack it on in the car on the way home.
What was Andy's rabbit hole? Oh, it's well more boring.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a plane coming in?
How to fix a lawnmower
Kind
in
of,
real
yes.
time.
Yeah, similar energy. Similar. It's boring adult stuff. But it was interesting. I'll explain after this. EasyJet lands.
Yeah, from Amsterdam next.
It's not been many wide bodies yet. I wonder if any have been
About
like
3:30, didn't we? That's it.
Yeah, I wonder if it's been like delays and stuff. I mean, we had the A380 as well, I guess. That was a fair bit of the show.
Matt, some of those buildings that those guys made, like better than my flat, man.
You are? Where they build them out of...
They just dig it out the floor, and all of a sudden you got some mad mansion with a swimming pool.
I remember watching a video that debunks a lot of them, sadly.
I was just about to say, I think like you see them digging for a bit, and then they bring the JCB in off
Yeah,
camera.
yeah. You can actually see like excavator tracks and stuff around.
Oh, really?
Around the house if you look.
No way.
But I guess most people buy it. It's mad what content is on YouTube these days, like proper fascinating stuff. Speaking of wide bodies, here we go.
Danny said, my YouTube rabbit hole was watching an American guy go to the supermarket, buy a live lobster and raise it as a pet.
I've seen them as well. Release it into the wild. Yeah, mine was because we recently bought a dishwasher, and it wasn't an expensive one. Because things like this, you could buy like a cheap one, or you could buy one that is like thousands of pounds. I was like, genuinely, what is the difference here?
Chat, season 2 of this rabbit hole is going to be wild.
I know, yeah, honestly. So I went with a cheap one. It wasn't like mega cheap, but it was definitely on the cheap end. Because I was like, I'm not paying thousands for a dishwasher. Curious how it was. And I could have returned it if it was rubbish. Turns out it was really good. Like, it works fine. Everything comes out spotless, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, how on earth does this work? Like, genuine, like, you close the door, you hear some music, swoosh, some music, water.
To say, my dishwasher don't play music. Maybe I can get it to play some Pete and Baz.
Oh, yeah. It makes some noise. I guess water swooshes around, it drains, and then it's like miraculously everything's sparkly. Like, how does this work? Like, because, if you just spray water on a dish, it's not just going to clean, is it? It's just, you got all these like little bits of fat and stuff that don't come off. This is fine. So I ended up watching a video about how dishwashers work, and wow, that was a bit of a dumb rabbit hole. Like, you just
put a GoPro in a dishwasher.
That's it, yeah. And then what someone did was they made a transparent dishwasher, so they like took all the edges off it and then made it into like clear acrylic.
Really?
And it actually worked. You could see it all happening. I was like, wow, I want that in my house.
So what is it? Is it? I thought it would just squirt in water.
Mate, get ready. Get ready. I'll wait until the star lights out the way. How do you stack your dishes? I don't know. I just put them in. It doesn't seem to matter. Like, if it's like done properly or not, it still cleans them. Which is what blew my mind. Like, sometimes you put them in like dead tidy and it looks really nice, and sometimes you just throw them in, just like doesn't matter.
You're like the dad for years who just said, no, we must wash them by hand. We must use this thing. They'll never come out clean in a dishwasher, and then you use it and your mind is just blown.
I know. Oh, wow. There's fog. I know.
Heading out to Fuerteventura.
It's a time you save as well. Like, you don't realise how much time it takes to every day just be like scrubbing dishes, drying them and all that. So it turns out there's like, I think there's 4 steps to a dishwasher. So, of course, like I said, if you just like blast water at a dish, it won't really clean it, will it? So what it does is, first of all, heat, because obviously blasted hot water will help. It gets super hot. Like, if you ever opened a dishwasher and felt how hot it is in there, it's crazy. There's that. Then there's pressure as well. So it like absolutely jet washes these dishes, right? Does that. Then it uses chemicals. This is what the detergent is, isn't it? Which like has like crazy enzymes and magic that get rid of the dirt and all the nasty stuff. Which I still don't get how that all works. Like, how it all stays in there, and because it's constantly draining, isn't it? Is the soap not just going to go down the drain? But apparently not. And then the last one is letting the soak. That's why it takes so long. Like, if you leave a dish to soak, it kind of gets rid of a lot of the dirt, doesn't it? It helps it come off easy.
I wonder if there's like some mad scientist who just knows, like, if you put these settings in the dishwasher,
yeah,
it's going to come out nuts.
I know, and there's like things you can get, like you can get salt for the dishwasher. Have you seen that? Where like it gets rid of all the streaks and stuff. I'm not really bothered, to be honest. They're clean, so. But yeah, dishwashers, eh?
Mate, that's mad.
It's the first time I've had a dishwasher since.
So you put your buzzing,
Yeah. Always done it by hand. Do you have soft water? I don't know what that means. It's like, is that a good thing?
It depends where you are in the country. Like, soft water or hard water, it's I don't know exactly what it is, but if you've got hard water, if you make like a cup of tea, you'll see like a little bit of a film on top of the tea. So you can get like filters and that. Oh, Danny. Mate. This EasyJet in from Belfast, by the way. Me and Andy, right, when we moved into the new office, they said, look, in the new office, we clean the hallways, all that sort of stuff. You guys obviously clean your office. I was like, well, yeah, standard. But in the old place, they just had like a communal Hoover thing that everyone just used. But wow. In this place, we needed to buy our own Hoover. And me and Andy were like, oh, I don't want to spend like hundreds on a Hoover, like, just to clean our office floor.
Yeah.
So we got this cheap one, didn't we, off Amazon?
Yeah, like
and
Amazon Basics.
I think it was like Amazon Basics Hoover. And what was it, like 40 quid?
Not much, was it?
It wasn't much, was it? For a Hoover, anyway.
Got my gloves.
And honestly, it is better than my Hoover at home, I think. It is absolutely wild. Like, it's so good. It's so strong as well.
Yeah.
And the other day, I was there just hoovering, and Brownie said, oh, that needs emptying, that. Like, that's not right, that. So he was in the middle of, like, taking some rubbish out, wasn't you? So he emptied it. Put the thing back on, he's like... He's like trying to... just couldn't move this. I was like, wow, look at the suction on this now. It's mad.
Yeah, it's like stuck to the floor. We're like,
I was like, go on, have a go on this. Look at it. Oh. So the CCTV of me and Andy in the office just buzzing our head off for 5 minutes about how strong this Hoover was. So, yeah, we might make that public at some point.
It's like pulling the sword from the stone when you get stuck on the carpet.
Just wild. Tell you what, we don't waste our evenings.
I know.
In from Madrid, Iberia Express next.
Should have got an affiliate link for that while we were at it.
I know, we should. Yeah, and if anyone wants our Airliners Live Hoover, here's the link. We'll send you a sticker for it.
You might just slap a sticker on it. There you go, Airliners Live Hoover. Do you want a Yaboosh Hoover or do you want a Pog? Apparently Mark's put a message in Discord as well. I don't know if you can check that. My hands are a bit gloved up. Office goals, I know. It's all them steak bake crumbles on the floor. Clogging up the filter. I want the link.
Okay, Virgin Atlantic on the way out. Heading out to Orlando. And there he goes.
Wow.
Wild.
Just gone.
And we may have somebody on the phone. How are you doing, Master Mark?
Buddy, you right?
Yeah, are you?
Yeah, we're all right. All good. All good in the hood.
Good. You're going to have a chat with us, aren't you, about this fog? What's going on, all this shenanigans down at the airport? Let's get some Captain Marky Motes in the chat, folks. What's it like flying in fog then, mate? What do we have to look out for, especially on days like today where Well, earlier on, you couldn't even see past the end of the RVP.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be doing automatic landings. For Cat 1, for you to manually land it, you need 200-foot cloud base. And the important thing is you need 550 metres visibility, which obviously you haven't got, so it would be an autoland. And in the newsletter, I did a thing about autolands a while ago, months ago, and went into great detail about it. The different things you need. First thing you need is lots more fuel, because the flow rate slows down. The airports say, right, we can't take so many aircraft. So people end up having to hold, and you get slots and delays and all sorts coming in.
Yeah.
So it's all good fun. So yeah, you can find yourself sitting in a hold for a little while. So you need a bit of extra gas for that. And yeah, you need to fully brief your autoland, because there are other things to consider. You know, the plane is going to land itself. You're not going to be doing it. You know, there's certain call-outs that you need to do. The first officer will be looking at all the instruments and monitoring and feeding back things to you, and you're going to be looking out the window. And it depends on the visual references that you have. Different autolands, different approaches. You need different references. If you've got what's called a Cat 3 with no decision height, you don't need to be able to see anything.
Yeah.
The plane doesn't need it.
And decision height for those at home is basically the altitude where the engine, where the aircraft will call out minimums. And if you can't see the runway at that point, you're going around, aren't you? But in viz like this, there's different rules, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, Cat 1, which is what you do every day. Like I said, you need 200 foot. It's normally 200 foot above the ground. Cat 3 without decision height, you don't need to see anything. Cat 3 with decision height, you need to see one runway light. And then Cat 2, Cat 3A it used to be called, has different rules. Cat 2, you need to see 3 consecutive lights and a lateral element, which could be a landing barrette or, you know, something across. You can actually make sure the aircraft's in the right place. So you've got all these different rules that you need to look at. But we don't do it very often, so, you know, again, you need to brief it all really, really well.
Yeah. And now, that's obviously with regards to landing, but how does it alter things like takeoff? Because with takeoff, you are constantly adjusting the nose of the aircraft, aren't you, to make sure it's on the sense line of the runway and you're not going off to the side with things like that. I mean, obviously, today we're at variable at 1 or 2 knots, so there'll be very little movement on the aircraft from external factors such as wind, but how do you essentially maintain a centre line when you're taking off if you've got really low vis?
Well, it depends on what the visibility is and what the runway lights are like. If you've got, say, a runway like Paphos where there's no centre line lights, then the minimum you're allowed to take off in is higher because you can't see the centre line very well. Whereas Manchester is fully equipped, it's got centre line lights. So we can take off in 125 metres visibility. Yeah. And I've said about it before on the stream. On the other side of the runway, there's 3 funny little orange tubes facing each other. It's like set of 2, set of 2, set of 2. And they're called the RVR meters that read your visibility. So if you've got, say, 125, 125 and 75, it's too bad at the end to take off. So what you have to do is rework your performance so you don't actually use that end. So if you can use more power, more flap, whatever, to get off the ground quicker, you can ignore the last one. You only have to use the relevant RVRs. Actually, you might be able to see them just watching it on the telly now at that Iceland Air. They're on the other side, these funny little orange tubes facing each other. But yeah, in our airline, the FOs can only take off in 550 metres. It used to be 400, but they raised it. And the captains with the right training can do 125. And again, in the simulator, every 6 months. There they are, just behind that. As the Iceland Air coming off the runway, there's the 2 behind it.
Oh, yeah. I see it.
Yeah, so you practice it every 6 months. Yeah, there they are, just there. That's them. So they look at each other and wave at each other, and they read the visibility. You know, if it's clear, then they're fine. Then they're not getting any readings. When it starts to drop, they can tell you exactly what they can see.
Sorry, I'm just... Chat is saying we just got an ad. Ads are switched off.
That's weird.
No one should be getting adverts. I'll look into that. No one should be getting adverts. Apologies, folks. Yeah, what we were just discussing was the instruments which detect the visibility, the amount of fog and the amount of interference on the viz. Okay, a lot of people saying they got ads. It's literally switched off. If you want to carry on though, Mark, while I look into that.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely picking up now. I mean, I've done a real Cat 1 approach a couple of years ago going into Krakow, and the cloud base was about 250 feet, and the viz was flat on at 550 metres. I've done autolands where I could see more. And Krakow, no one had been getting in today. We didn't think we were going to get in. We were absolutely sure we weren't. And then suddenly, it calls, gives you warning, you're approaching your decision height, and call 100 above, and you're like looking out, and I'm sitting there going, I can't see a thing here. We're about to go around, and then suddenly, I saw some approach lights, and then it calls minimum, and I'm like, oh.
Wow.
The FO said, what are you going to do? I said, we're going to have to land. But the problem was, because it was only 550 metres, the runway at Krakow's 2,500 metres. So obviously you look down the runway to land. And I couldn't see down the runway very well. Could only see like 500 metres. So I was having to do the landing on field rather than looking out the window. Sort of pulling on the stick what you think's about right. And yeah, I mean, thank God it was a nice landing. It was a lovely landing. But yeah, we sort of looked at each other after we landed. And like, what was that all about?
I think the last thing to maybe touch on then, Mark, was as we started the show, I believe the rumour is compression stall on the 380.
Yeah. Funny enough, I'm just reading this now in my notes because I've got my sim coming up. And the stall or compressor stall or surge, it can be caused by an ingestion of foreign objects, ice, bleed system malfunction, or malfunction of engine controls, fuel scheduling, or surge protection devices. And if the airflow over the compressor blade stalls, the airflow is disrupted, and the compressor can no longer compress the incoming air, and you may get a reversal of air. You normally get some bangs and a massive loss of thrust. It just stops producing thrust. The aircraft will swing into the surging engine. If you bring the power back, if it happens in flight, you can bring the power back gently, and the engine gives the engine a chance to recover. Putting the anti-ice on helps as well. The QRH checklist will get you to put the engine and wing anti-ice on because it increases the bleed air demand off the engine. Mm-hmm. And if it recovers fine, then it's all right. It still need to be checked when you get on the ground.
Yeah, it is recoverable because that's something that people may not understand. If that happened in flight, obviously the A380 has 4 engines. You could quite possibly recover that engine and just carry on all the way to be free. It gets inspected, can't you, at the end of the day? Yeah. I mean, the thing is with it, it's so rare. It happens for a reason. If it's in icing conditions, thick snow, it might be a bit of ice, but really you want to get it checked. They'll fly quite happily on 3 engines if they're light enough. I think they'll fly on 2, but you do want to get it checked out. But it's not necessarily, it's not like it's gone bang and there's a major damage. But the thing is, obviously, he's done a rejected takeoff. Now, I gather it was fairly low speed. It was very low speed. I think the max they got up to, chat was saying, was 26 knots.
Right, yeah. Sometimes that can be more difficult. They give us low speed rejects in the sim because on the 320, above 72 knots, when you close the thrust levers on the takeoff roll, the spoilers will deploy, which will then trigger the automatic braking. Below that speed, you won't get the automatic braking in the spoilers, so you've got to slam the brakes on. Plus, if you look at this Airbus takeoff now, if you lose one engine, the aircraft will swing quite violently into the engine that's no longer producing thrust. It will turn. And below around about 110 knots, the rudder isn't that effective.
No.
You've got VMCG, velocity medium control on the ground. So you're doing it off nose-wheel steering. It can be quite a handful at low speeds, especially if you're doing like a full power takeoff. One engine's producing maximum power, the other one's producing now. It can be a bit of a handful to keep it straight.
Yeah.
Now, you bring to the rejected takeoff. You know which way the wind's coming. So say you've got a wind from the left. The number one is what's going to be the critical engine. And when you stop, you want to turn into it. And this came from that Air Tours 737 at Manchester years ago that caught fire. The wind actually blew the fire over the fuselage and caught the plane.
And that's what sort of prompted the change in in the way aircraft point themselves into the wind for fire now. I think we covered that in one of our disaster videos, I think.
I think we did, yeah. One of the Pilot Explains ones, wasn't it? Maybe.
Yeah, we did.
So if you want to reject, you'll get a bang, or you'll get the ECAM will go off, bells will go off, engine failure, whatever. And you either shout stop or go. And, I say to the lads, you'll be in no doubt because I'll shout, squeal or screaming.
Yeah.
Close the thrust levers, select full reverse, monitor the auto braking. Obviously, if it's below 72, it's not going to come in, so you have to do it. Intervene if necessary. And then when you come into a stop, swing it into wind, stow the reversers, set the park brake, make a call of attention, crew at stations to tell the cabin crew there's a problem. Well, we're on top of it, there's a problem, get ready. And then I stick the brake pans on. And then what I do is I sit down and I can take a nice big deep breath and just slow everything down. Because the trainers in the sim will tell you the amount of people who do that and then forget to set the park brakes. And they're, what's going on, looking at the ECAM and all the cautions, and they're drifting off the runway.
Meanwhile, the aircraft's just rolling.
Yeah. And then you take a big deep breath and go, right, what's happened? And then you have a look and you run through the procedure, say it's an engine fire. Okay, you shut the engine down, fire one of the extinguisher bottles, fire the other one. The other thing I do is I turn off the weather radar, because the fire brigade are going to come out to you, and the weather radar, it's quite harmful. It works, I think it's a 9 gigahertz range, and it's not good for humans to be standing in front of that for too long.
Yeah.
So I always switch that off. On radio box 2, you'd call the fire brigade on their frequency. You'd say, right, we've stopped. Engine number 1 has had signs of fire. Engine 2 is running. The APU is running. Weather radar is off. I want a check of that engine and a check of the brakes, because obviously they're going to be very, very hot. Do a thermal check on the brakes to make sure they're not going to catch fire.
So with regards to the response then, what would be the potential reason for that response that we saw this morning with the 382? I didn't understand obviously we don't know exactly what happened, but I was surprised by the sort of full response that it got, with it being such a low speed rejected takeoff and compressor stall. I mean, are they just checking? Maybe they just reported they had bangs from the engine or something, and that was it, or... Yeah,
I mean, chances are the tail may even have heard it if it was a good surge or stall. The tail may even heard these bangs, and suddenly you get, Emirates 22, whatever it is, stopping. You're like, oh, hang on a minute, right, The FO will make a call of, the pilot monitor will make the call of, whatever the call sign is, and we're stopping. And they just rolled the fire service. Normally, I would have thought as a matter of course, I was at low speed, high speed. Yeah, the thing is with Airbus, what they've got, Boeing use 80 knots and Airbus use 100 knots. On the takeoff roll, the way we brief it is up to 100 knots. I'll stop for anything I'm not happy with.
Yeah.
100 knots on an Airbus is the cut-off between a low-speed reject and a high-speed reject. A high-speed reject it can be quite dangerous. It's you're going quite fast, and there's a lot to consider. Above 100 knots, we're only going to stop for any failure, any ECAM, if it's obviously aircraft's unsafe and we're able to fly, or any fire warning. Now, what happens is the Airbus will inhibit certain warnings between 80 knots and 1,500 feet.
Yeah, and that comes up on the ECAM as well. It comes up on, is it the PFD, isn't it? Or the ECAM?
It should be on the engine warning display at the top, where the ECAM is. Yeah. You've got landing inhibit for landing. That's more to do with auto lands, but it switches off all silly. Say you lose a fuel pump in one of the wings. No one cares. You're not going to, you don't want to reject an aircraft takeoff at 140 knots because a fuel pump stopped working when there's two in the same wing, and you don't need either anyway.
Yeah, so to explain to people at home who may not necessarily pick up on the terminology and stuff like that, there's a screen in the middle of the two pilots, which is called the ECAM display, and that just basically is like, imagine it like a status page, like your dashboard on your car, basically. And it's where, if there is a fault with the aircraft, it will ping up there. It'll tell you what's wrong with it. It may give you a little checklist to follow in the Airbus. And what the system will do is, in critical stage of flight, like the takeoff, it will filter those warnings so that, as Mark said, if something isn't important and critical, like you say, a fuel pump failing, which is inconvenient, but it's certainly not going to make a takeoff dangerous, it won't give you that warning because it would distract the pilots on the takeoff. So you're only going to see like critical stuff at that point, aren't you? And it does tell you, it does come up with a little message called takeoff inhibit, which basically just means, we're kind of filtering the warnings, basically.
Yeah, people who are new on the Airbus get quite surprised in the simulator because suddenly, they're airborne at 1,500 feet. Oh, all these warnings are coming up. Yeah, well, they were there, they were set by the sim, the guy running the sim to go off earlier. Mm-hmm. But you didn't know about it. It was, a lot of the time they set stuff at rotate speed or V2 or whatever. And the Airbus doesn't tell you until you get to 1,500 feet. Obviously, with something major, like an engine failure or a fire, you're going to know about it straight away because it's important and you need to make that decision. But yeah, they don't want you rejecting at high speeds when you don't need to.
Yeah. Well, there we go. We'll try and get some more information on the incident with the 380, and it looks like the weather's clearing as well. Here at Manchester, we can see all the way down to the Mike intersection now, which is good. But yeah, thanks, Mark. You flying today?
No worries, mate. No, mate, I'm going up the shooting ground.
Oh, good. Have a good one, mate. Thanks so much for calling in, Mark, as well.
Have fun, everyone. I'll see you on the next one.
Appreciate you, mate. See you shortly.
Ta-da.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And there he is, Captain Mark. Let's show some love in the chat, as always, for his valuable input to the stream. Giving you guys just a bit of a behind the scenes on what it's like to be in the flight deck on a day like today as well. Okay, folks, and just to let you know as well, 100% our adverts are switched off as they are normally. I've been in, I've checked the stream, I've checked, there's like a little automatic thing. That's still showing at the top of my screen saying, please turn this on because you'll get an extra 20%.
Yeah.
It's switched off. So if you guys do get any more adverts, you will get an advert when you first join the stream. That's normal. But you shouldn't get any adverts during the stream whatsoever. So if you guys do see one, please let me know because we're going to need to ask YouTube. Is it a new thing they're doing that they've not told us about? We don't think so. It's more than likely just an issue. But yeah, they are definitely, as per usual, all switched off on our stream.
This is only YouTube as well, obviously. Twitch different.
Twitch is different, yeah. Twitch, we do run ads, yeah.
You sure the settings not disappeared at the bottom there, to turn them off? Sometimes that disappears, apparently.
No,
I've heard
no.
Some people saying.
No. That's not how it works. It is still set to insert mid-roll ads manually, and from what I know, that's available for all creators. And it has been since it was released.
Oh, it always has been. A YouTube issue, my goodness. I know. Never seen that before. Wow, super early rotation there. From the British Airways shuttle service.
Yeah, you caught us, Danny. Yeah, we're trying to save up for another Hoover, mate. That's what it is. Yeah.
Quickly bag one. It's interesting how it's over there that the cloud ceiling's quite low still. You see the sort of heavies going into that much quicker, but the planes that rotate earlier are visible for a lot longer. Even though the climb rate is probably quite a lot higher there on the BA.
Clem saying, can I ask a question? Why are British Airways aircraft called Speedbird? So what you're referring to there, Clem, is the ATC call sign. TUI, for example, lining up now, their ATC call sign is Tomjet. EasyJet's Easy. Ryanair have a few, including Ryanair, Blue Max, a few different ones. Aer Lingus will have Shamrock, but Aer Lingus UK has Green Flight. There's a lot of different things. Speedbird is one of British Airways call signs. They also use shuttle, and you'll hear them use shuttle on the flights between like Manchester and London Heathrow, for example. So that's quite normal. So if you hear either shuttle or Speedbird, you know it's a British Airways aircraft. So it's how they communicate with ATC. It's just because you don't want to. I don't know necessarily how they're chosen. I don't know if I assume the airlines just pick them. But
Do you like to keep some like Tomjet? Is it still BY? Is it on the call sign, which is a homage to Britannia?
yeah, and you've got Chanex for Jet 2 as well, which is a homage to Channel Express.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Wow, that's a lot of fluff.
What you're recording, son.
Yeah. Someone did ask actually if we got a recording of the Emirates rejected takeoff, and we didn't because we didn't see it. It was literally at that point. I think you could just about see this bit of the runway here. So all we seen was like the last stage of the plane rolling off. I didn't hear much. Mark saying a compressor stall can be quite loud. We definitely didn't hear any like loud bangs, to my knowledge. And I don't even think I really heard much of a spool up. But then again, it's never that audible unless you listen out for it because it is quite a long way away.
Another Dreamliner lined up, ready to go out to Montego Bay. Buffalo Tracker, nuts in it. They are nuts, mate. I just sent Buffalo Trafford on a Pete and Baz rabbit hole. How good are they?
Wow.
Zam H, thank you so much for the 14 months. Saying great stream as always, lads. Amazing to be part of the Airliners Live community. Had issues flying since Airliners Live. It's made me comfortable in flying. Hey, Zam, that's great news, mate.
Hey.
Really glad to hear it, dude.
Nice one.
That's weird, comrade. That is weird, mate. But as always, if you do want to support our channel, help cover the cost of our streams and keep me and Andy in business, of course. We do this full time for a living. You can support the channel by clicking the dollar menu. They are the best way to support us. I need to go up with my camera for the next one of those.
Yes.
Oh my days.
Dreamliners especially.
Chat, let me know if there's another Dreamliner shifting about. I need to go upstairs and get a picture of that. That is crazy amounts of wing fluff this morning. But welcome into the midweek show. Hope you're all having a great week so far. Welcome into Airliners Live, of course. And it's great to have so many of you with us. Over 1,600 viewers on today's stream.
Yeah, still pretty crazy fog conditions here, but it's lifting, which is nice.
6 brand new VIPs as well. Welcome in, VIPs.
Hello, welcome in.
And a big thanks again to Mr. Mark for all that awesome info. Big thanks earlier on to Peter Carroll, who rejoined business class before we went live today as well. Peter, thank you so much. Appreciate you, mate.
Wish Air New Zealand flew to Manchester. Oh, yeah, that'd be
amazing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, maybe one day.
Livery would be awesome to see here.
Yeah, it's a couple of operators we'd love to have here. Maybe a few more bigger planes, like the Qatar were going to send in the A380 at one point, but I don't think they can make it work. A few more military as well would be nice. Steve saying he's tuning in from Sydney. Hello.
Hey, welcome.
Maybe a bit warmer over there. Ryanair 737 rolling on 23 right. Single runway operations at the moment at Manchester. disappearing so quick still. Big shout out to everyone who watched the Ether terminal video as well, we released earlier this week. Had a load of views on that as well. And great to show you guys what it's like inside there. Of course, that's on our Airliners Live YouTube channel. And what I was saying as well, I'd love to get back and do a full review of the terminal as well. Of course, all we got to really see was sort of an early look, an early preview. And a lot of people were like, "Oh, why don't you have a look at the food or see the experience of going out to the cars?" But as much as we were fortunate to get invited, obviously did leave us short of seeing some of the more important stuff, like the actual experience of being a passenger. So I'd love to go back. Maybe in March, I might look at doing that.
Yeah, I think going back and just doing the full passenger experience would be awesome. But as Andy said, it was great to go and have a look around. Our main reason for doing the video is we were just really curious, like what's in there, what's it like, what does it look like? And we actually got to see a bit more than that. Like I say, we got to get in the cars, we got shown around the terminal. But yeah, obviously it wasn't open yet. They didn't have the catering in at the point where we went. Obviously it wasn't open to the public either as well. So we will go back and do another full video of a passenger review. But yeah, for those who were maybe slightly confused about the video, it was never supposed to be an in-depth review.
Yeah, a lot of questions.
It was titled A First Look at Manchester Airport's Heathrow Terminal, and that's exactly what it was. And we enjoyed ourselves. It was great. And yeah, we're looking forward to getting back again.
Definitely. Some really good questions in the comments as well. Things like parking and more intricate questions I'd love to investigate. Thanks, Nacho. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, it's important to dress up, look smart, especially if you've been invited to a VIP terminal. You can't go in there in our Airliners Live scruffs, can we?
Yeah. Muddy boots and tracksuits.
Yeah. Double socks and an Airliners Live beanie. Yeah, the cars were nicely. Had a massage in the seat in the back. It was amazing. Sun Express just arrived in from Antalya. It's open now, Erica. Now the 320 next out. Yeah, imagine, Mike. That'd be incredible, wouldn't it?
BRB, just running the loop.
Okie dokie. Yeah, potentially, Danny. Yeah, potentially, mate. It does look smart, doesn't it? Just without the red, yeah. I think we already use that logo on a couple of shirts, but we've not done polos. We've not done polos before. That Ryanair shifting out is heading out to Fuerteventura. Oh, the blue and the yellow. Yeah, I'm not sure the thought behind the colour choices, or even if there was a choice, but the yellow is there obviously just to make the cars visible on the airfield, I would assume, because they all seem to have them. Matt says, I'm going to take Heidi out for some breakfast. That's code for Matt's coming to the RVP, guys, if you didn't know. Have a good one, mate. Enjoy. Enjoy, Smithy. Aragon, welcome in. Tuning in on Twitch. Hope you're doing well, mate. Let's having a quick look then on the airfield at what's moving around. We've got the Jet2 A321 Neo heading out to Tenerife. And we've also got the Star Alliance Brussels pinging back up as well. It's about as far away from the runway as you can get here at Manchester Airport, up on the Zulu taxi end of the apron. And the TUI 73 heading out to Sharm el Sheikh. Every time I say TUI, Siri thinks she's getting involved in the stream. Chill out. Oh, Freebird pinging up as well for Dubrovnik. Red tail today. Yeah, that's weird, Combat. You actually not subscribed as in... Oh, that's really weird. I don't know, how were you able to talk in the chat then? Because we have a limit, don't we, on the people who can talk in the chat. Solegs, not yet, mate. Not yet. Not got any more updates on the 380 at the moment. Let me check our messages. See if we got any updates. Hey, and Brian Clark. Thank you so much, mate. Just gifted a membership. Gone to Mr. J, putting us on 8 brand new VIPs today. Thank you so much for doing that, Brian. Appreciate your support to the channel, mate. Thank you very much. Type Air Portugal, next to land, in from Lisbon. And Mike Rogers, thank you, mate. Also gifting a membership to the community.
It's not a bit chilly out there. Nice wave there from the flight deck. Probably wants to feel that fresh Manchester air.
Why not? Ryanair heading all the way down to Fuerteventura. Next out. And Michelle C. Welcome back. 10 months of membership to the channel. Happy hump day. Sunny here on the mid-Wales border. Lovely. Good to hear it.
Yeah, I've heard a few people saying they've got sunshine by them. That'd be nice.
Yeah, not that fortunate here today, are we?
No. I don't think there is any forecast today at Manchester.
I think tomorrow's supposed to be nice. Or was it? No, it was today, actually. They said on the weather that we would see some sunshine today.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think they were telling the truth, was they?
Two E737 next to go, off 23 right. It's an 800 series. A380 on short final, nice.
It's just joined the ILS. Oh, was it yesterday, Jen? Fair enough. Let's have a look at this 380 when it gets a bit closer, because I think there's going to be some pretty crazy wing fluff on this aircraft, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be good. They are going to get this Jet 2 out first. No, Terry, the rejected A380 takeoff still here on the ground. Assume they're probably having a maintenance look at it and stuff before it goes. Hopefully there's not too much of a delay there. One of the Airbus A321 Neos with Jet 2 taken off there. Far better visibility now. For those who recently joined us, when we went live, you could only really see maybe just that bit of the runway had a push. Just about. When we got here, you could just about see the taxiway.
Yeah, it's crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah. Thankfully, it is getting a lot clearer, which is going to help the airlines out a lot as well, increase that flow rate at the airport. Yeah, Danny, that's one big shift, isn't it, with these 7.5s going, is you used to see them so often. And it was the same with the 2E 7.5s and 7.6s. You used to see them a lot throughout the show, and it added a bit more variety, didn't it? Whereas we already have a lot of A320 and 21 Neos. So, kind of missing out there, right? But, I mean, we are getting some nice, cool new airliners. We like the Airbus A220, the E2 jets, the A350s, the A330 Neos, you know, so somewhat swings and roundabouts. Here comes the King of the Skies. And when this lands, there will officially be two A380s on the ground at Manchester. With the other one, people saying it's estimated to go out within the next 20 minutes. Very loud arrival there. The Emirates Airbus A380. Maximum reverse thrust being applied. Slow the King of the Skies down. Yeah, I'm not sure what stands they're using for these at the moment, but the actual Emirates A380 usual parking gate is closed at the moment. So the two of them are having to use different remote stands elsewhere. Usually parking them up here. There's a bit of work going on there, though. The power of them engines, even at idle. Yeah, that front wheel is looking very fresh, isn't it, Conrad? Maybe it has had a replacement. Off to another remote stand.
$1.8K watching. Welcome in, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Next landing from Prague. EasyJet with the Brussels Star Alliance on the way out as well.
Yeah, nice and busy at Manchester today. Wouldn't fancy jacking that up, I know. I'd love to know how they do it. Changing a tyre or whatever on the A380. Probably not easy.
I'd imagine they just lift up the wheel carriage that the dodgy wheel's on rather than lifting the whole plane.
Yeah. That's right, Tim. I believe the A380 can land, can stop on the runway without reverse thrusters.
Yeah, it's not needed.
Just reduces that wear on the brakes.
Yeah, I don't think so, Kev. Quick fit job.
Take it to Halfords.
One hour, 40-minute flight for this aircraft in from Prague.
Yeah, I was thinking that, Conrad. I can imagine the spare parts and replacement bits for the 380 are not cheap, are they? It's not like you can go to the other shop down the road where it's cheaper.
I know. Check on eBay.
Yeah. We've got an Airbus A380 replacement engine. Need one quick.
Four-man lift, yeah.
Just saw on LinkedIn that Jet2 are starting flights from Luton in summer 25. I'm surprised they don't already do flights from there. I suppose people like EasyJet already have such a monopoly almost on that airport. And you've also got Wizz Air as well. And Ryanair, of course.
Hey, Jack. Welcome back for 26 months, mate. Happy Wednesday to you, buddy. Thanks for the long-term support to the channel.
Thanks, Jack. I can imagine you're buzzing with the Doncaster news that we had recently.
Just a stall, Lee. Just a stall, mate. Yeah, Drew, it is still quite foggy, mate, but it's a million times better than it was a couple of hours ago. It's definitely brightening up for us. Turkish A330. Just push back. That'd be nice. Might nip up and grab a picture of that, I think.
Not seen them for a while.
Yorkshire Rose saying, good morning all. I swapped 30 degrees C and sun in Lanza yesterday for 3 degrees C and sun this morning in parts of North Yorkshire. That is a big shift, isn't it, Yorkshire Rose?
I bet you stepped off the plane like, oh, what is this?
Yeah, I stepped out of my house like that, never mind.
what he'd give to get back there on a day like today. I seen Annika and Stu saying that they're doing a round trip to, I think, Lanzarote on the 757s. In a day, yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that at all.
They're just hoping that Jet 2 don't switch it out.
I know, yeah.
Oh, Nicole, thanks so much. 36 months Wookiee badge. So that went quickly. Thanks so much, Nicole. That's a long time supporting the channel. Dave says, joking aside, I just checked eBay and you can find parts for the Airbus on there.
Wow.
What's your Airbus? What year is it?
To enter your red year.
WeBuyAnyplane.com. I appreciate all the support, guys. We do have a lot of members who've been with us for a long time now. Hopefully YouTube give us some more badges at some point.
Shorts on?
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I see that a lot with the ground crew. They're always wearing shorts.
Nah, I couldn't do that today.
It's too cold for that for me.
Where's Steve from the TAS?
I know.
Bet you he's got shorts on today.
You know it's cold when Steve from TAS comes in long trousers.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I think I've seen it once, I think.
Oh, the negative 10 degrees day.
Yeah, snow everywhere.
Does anyone have that friend who wears shorts on a silly cold day? I noticed postmen do it quite a lot.
Yeah, postman do it a lot.
Makes a bit more sense.
Hey, Barbara. Welcome in. Good to see you this morning. Hope you're doing well.
Hello.
I think Steve said to me once he hates getting like the bottom of his pants wet. And I was like, well, just wear some pants that fit. Like my pants don't hang over my shoes.
I wish
No
I
way.
could. I cannot do that.
I couldn't wear shorts today.
Yeah.
I'm cold in long trousers and thick socks today.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. Oh, there you go, Barbara. Just in time. Logan Air ATR just pushing back. Out for the Isle of Man.
Oh my gosh.
Comrades! Yaboosh!
Yaboosh.
Yaboosh. 20 gifted memberships coming into the stream. Thank you so much, mate. Absolute legend. 20 brand new VIPs have just been welcomed into our awesome community. Thank you so much, Conrad. Everything you do, mate, for the channel. Appreciate that. We cannot do these shows without the support of our viewers. And thank you, Conrad, for helping massively with that support today. If you are enjoying our streams, you can support us, keep our shows online and free for everybody by clicking the dollar symbol and either gifting a membership or sending a donation. And all of that goes towards bringing you these shows regularly, which we absolutely love to do. KLM on the way back out to Amsterdam.
Wow. Lovely. And we can watch it for a little bit longer now as well.
Yeah, doesn't instantly disappear, these departures. This morning, as soon as it rotated, it was gone, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Cheers, Lee. Singapore's pinging up as well.
Awesome.
Tony P, welcome in. Dave Shaw saying great quality video stream. Hey, thank you very much, Dave. Great to have you with us, mate. Have you been watching us long, Dave? Is this your first time with us? If anybody is watching for the first time, a very warm welcome to our community. My name's Martin, downstairs switching camera angles, bringing up flight radar stuff. This is Andy up on the roof, does a lot of the camera work.
Hey.
And
Hello.
we're both very fortunate to be full-time on Airliners Live, and we have been for a few years, and we always lose track of how many. But yeah, we're live 3 times a week. Good friend of ours, Matt Smith, does the Friday show for us as well. Helps us out with multicam on a Sunday as well, which is really cool. So if you've not seen a Sunday show yet, make sure you tune in on Sunday morning, where we have 2 cameras filming the aviation for you from different locations around the airport. As that Jet 273 heads out to Gran Canaria.
Is that ATR getting pushed all the way to the Isle of Man? I know. You always get that joke on the coach to the plane if you're on a remote stand. Is this coach taking us all the way to Alicante? I tried to see the engine start. There it is. Shut it down a bit.
You what?
Shut it down. There you go. I just shut it down. Just did that. That's cool. It's a nice view. Let's all go over at Terminal 3 at the moment.
Let him talk, comrade. Let him talk, mate. I only do this for the GeoGuessr streams. That's all I'm here for. Yeah. That's all I'm interested in. Where's that Greg's? Turkish Airlines A380. This is going to be a mega takeoff, this. Loads of wing fluff, I'd imagine. Disco, welcome in. Great to have you with us, mate. Tuning in from Cardiff. Hope you're doing well.
Welcome in, Sam. How's Jen today? She's not been mentioned yet.
Well, she was going to be on the show today, believe it or not.
Yeah, it's been quite crazy here at Manchester. We literally opened the show with an A380 on the taxiway surrounded by fire crew after an engine stall on takeoff. Fire crew were just immediately there, like within seconds. It was crazy. I don't think the plane had even left the runway and they were already waiting.
EasyJet arriving in from Belfast. Yeah, Jen said I was going to come. I just didn't wake up. Yeah, I got up, went to the bathroom, and Jen was like fast asleep. And I just went, "You're not coming here." Because she usually has to like get up well before me if she's going to come.
Much deserved lie-in. I mean, didn't miss much out of the warmth of your house.
I know. Hey up, Paul. How you doing, mate?
How's other Paul doing? Is he all right?
Hey, Razorback. Thank you so much. Cheers for your premium economy membership. Razorback, I think you won a prize on the giveaway stream. Have you got in touch with us yet? Mr. Razorback? Let us know if you dropped us an email. I think you won a prize, mate.
It is harder to wake up early this time of year as well. You got the cold, dark mornings.
Yeah.
It's not as exciting, is it?
I must admit, I've the last week or so, I've actually been waking up at a normal time.
Oh, yeah.
Which is nice, because recently I've been waking up at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, just not being able to get that to bed.
It was like in the summer where that was the worst, because it's like, it's that bright out then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice one, Paul. Good to hear.
British Airways next to land. Oh, nice one, dude. You've replied to Andy's email. Awesome. Yeah, Andy has been dealing with most of it, to be fair. I was, I just recognised your name, that's all, mate. Glad to hear it. Congratulations on the prize win as well.
Sweet.
Ian Harris, good morning. Welcome in. Chat, I'm just going to go and get a picture of this Turkish. Stand by.
He won the scanner. Nice. One of the best prizes, that. It's good. Good guide, comrade. There's a lot of prizes to be won, and a lot of familiar names did pick up a good prize or two. Did many of the mods win? I think Loopy did. Not sure if any other mod did. Terry did, Martin saying. Send me a message, Danny, with the dates. I'll have a look. Send me a Discord message. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Terry, you won the paperweight. Yeah, and Audrey as well, didn't she? She won something else. I can't remember what now. Of course, this is all written down in the office. Fix, I know, yeah. You still cannot beat, though, and I know a lot of people haven't been around that long, the time where Lee Davies, I think it was 2020, I think, Lee Davies, who had the whole charity fundraiser, like, week or two, been constantly asking for this one prize, which was, I think it was the best prize of that year, which was I think it was a Gemini Jets Virgin Atlantic 747, and it was particularly sentimental because that was around the time they were retiring them as well. And Lee was like, he donated a lot to that fundraiser as well. He kept making huge donations. But every time he was like, I want that model. And every time we were like, Lee, you do know we can't reserve that model for you because it's random. You know, like, you're just going to have to play like everyone else. You're only going to get one entry. Doesn't matter how many donations they make. And obviously there was hundreds of donations, like there is every year. And lo and behold, completely by chance, he actually won that model. Like, couldn't have written it. Here we go. Turkish A380 rolling. Great to see these at Manchester. Sounded good. Morning from Penang. Hey, Andy, welcome in. It's Malaysia, isn't it, Penang? Penang Bay. Oh, yes. Another heavy aircraft coming out as well. Yeah, absolutely, comrades. Shout out to the mods, all legends and happy folk. They're also helpful. A lot of the times I'll see questions in the chat, people asking about general aviation or the channel. And before I even have time to answer it, it's already been answered by the chat, by the mods. And it kind of helps because it means we're not having to repeat ourselves. You know, people come and go, don't they, on the streams? So they do a great job helping out, being welcoming, chatting, being friendly, of course. With the fundraiser, like Terry Edwards, for example, made a list of all the prize winners so it could fast track us to get in touch and speaking to anyone who has won a prize. Yeah, some big ribbons there.
I'll be back upstairs in a second. Singapore on the way out.
Yeah.
Isle of Man, Logan Air departure, next out as well.
Right, cheers, Danny. I'll have a look, regardless.
Cheers, Jim. Thanks very much, mate. Glad you're enjoying it.
Thank you. Yeah, it'll be a good departure, this. Off to the Far East. Longest scheduled flight out of Manchester Airport. Singapore Airlines operates that.
ATR on the move, out to the Isle of Man.
Wow. Barely any runway used there. Very nice. And incidentally, that's the shortest scheduled flight out of Manchester Airport. Heading to the Isle of Man. Although it's a fair bit quicker on the Airbuses, though.
We'll see how this Singapore is, but I feel like I might have missed the best conditions with those Dreamliners earlier on.
Yeah, this should rotate a bit late, though, so that should help, but
yeah,
we'll see. Yeah, Seb, I think the Trent 700s do look a bit nicer, don't they, on the A330s? I don't know what it is about them. They just look, I don't know, more, what you say, a good size for the aircraft, I'd say. The CF6s look a little bit too, sort of, they're not very deep, are they? A bit shallow, but they look bigger on a head-on. And I also love the spool-up sound of the of the Trent 700s as well. They sound really good. Given the CF6s are probably louder though. If you just want a really loud plane, you probably love that. And they do sound nuts on the taxi as well, the CF6s. They have like a really distinct whistle to them, I've noticed. Qatar A350, 20 minutes out nicely. Yeah, Crazy Creeper. Yeah, the props, they spin on takeoff at the same sort of rotation speed as the refresh rate on the camera. It's quite interesting. It's like a perfect match. So it looks like they're not actually spinning on the video.
Austrian arriving in from Vienna. Gulf Air 40 minutes out. Cheers, Lee. Yeah, Tracy, they're really weird, those planes, aren't they?
Yeah.
Piaggios, or however you say it.
Props are at the back of the wings.
Yeah. Seen a few flights in and out of Vienna at the moment. Austrian Airways being one of them. There's Singapore lining up next to go.
Oh, they do that in Madeira, do they, Barbara? That's cool. The ATRs push themselves back. Amazing. I believe they call that a power back. It's really neat to see. Wow. That's crazy. Crazy wing fluff from the Singapore A350 heading back to Singapore. Sandra, good morning to you. Yeah, hopefully it won't be too long. The Emirates A380 that was due out earlier on, of course, had an engine stall, so had to go back to stand. Was met by fire crew as well to ensure a safe transition back to the gate and make sure everything was okay. Yeah, Chris, there's a lot of people in the chat saying that elsewhere in the country it's nice and clear skies. I feel like we're in a bit of a minority here.
Cheers, Barbara. Glad you're enjoying the stream. Good to see you in.
They probably did, Malcolm, unload the passengers.
Yeah, we've not heard anything, no. Not sure, mate. Lufthansa heading out to Munich. Yeah, I think we are expecting it out about midday, but it can change, of course.
Tell you what, for the last hour, I've just had proper whiffs of food up here.
Yeah, there is an event on here today, isn't there?
Yeah, they must be using
anything to do with that.
Yeah, must be using the full extent of the kitchen. Over in the Concord Hangar, do you have some kind of special corporate event? And proper whiffs of like bolognese, I'd say. Something like that, like some kind of tomato dish.
Hey, Pilot Dave, thank you so much. Uber Pilot Dave with a premium economy.
Hey.
Thanks so much, mate.
Welcome in, dude. Hope you're doing well. 32 degrees Fahrenheit, but it feels like 26 here in West Virginia. I'm really bad with Fahrenheit, but I know that's quite cold, isn't it? Yeah, it's pretty chilly here. 7 degrees C. It was about 0 this morning when we were headed into the airport. Not sure what that is in Fahrenheit. B-52 over the top. Oh, yeah. So I'd love to see one of them up close.
Yeah, if only. How mad would that be?
I'd just see one at Manchester or something.
It's clear skies.
Wouldn't be hard to miss. Surprised we can't hear it.
I know.
There's 4 B-52s based at Fairford for the next month. Wow. I would love to see that. I've seen a couple of videos of people going to, I think, Mildenhall and catching them, you know, up close there, flying over the road as they're on final approach. Such a sight. Over you now, okay, yeah. It's pretty quiet. It's not like when you get the C-130s going over and A400s or C-17s. You really hear them. What's the cloud ceiling? It's still really low. But it kind of varies, and I wonder if a lot of it's to do with the River Bolin, because you do tend to get these kind of like misty conditions around rivers, and that's to our right. Whereas to the left, as you can see, it's not so bad. A couple of 100 feet, though. But, I mean, it's more of a visibility thing. Visibility is not great. Why are airfares in Australia so expensive? I don't know.
Yeah, we're probably not the right people to ask that.
No.
Yeah, Bougie. Second engine start. What you saw there on the 320?
My cousin on board advises serving juice and snacks. I have no idea what you're saying. Is that to do with the A380? Are they still on board the plane? I mean, if you got to stay on board, you'd be buzzing if you were like first class or business or something.
Wake me up
I
when
know.
we get to Dubai.
Full recline, have a chill. I'd be saying, I'm not getting off this plane. I'm happy here. Another drink, please. Another beer.
Hey, Sam, thanks very much. £5 super chat coming into the stream. Need tattoo ideas for continuing on my Concorde. I assume you mean leg piece on that one. We have Boak out of Man and Delta November. Fuel map nose by on flight deck. What next?
The
The stairs.
The menu. You've already got a Mac meter, haven't you? That's quite a cool one. I'm rubbish with design, like tattoos and stuff. Like my own tattoo, I didn't even know what I wanted. Like I had all these ideas, and then the tattoo artist was like, "Nah, that's terrible." But he did a mega job, so I'm glad I didn't have a say there. I did, you know, obviously pick the item.
Beautiful Vueling A321. Enjoyed flying that aircraft in the sim the other day.
Andy's face with a pilot cap on. I don't know what imagery you could use. The Concorde. I think like the BA logo. BA, Air France, and the Pepsi logo. There you go.
EasyJet to Sharm el Sheikh will be first out. That's just waiting for the arriving EasyJet in from Copenhagen.
What did Loopy say? Oh yeah, Mike Bannister's signature. That is cool.
And the Jet 2 behind the EasyJet is just positioning up to Newcastle. Should be up nice and early. Qatar incoming as well, thank you so much. Yeah, that'll be next to land.
Singapore Concorde 2. Yeah. Didn't Virgin have a concept Concorde they were going to order somewhere?
Oh, really, Dalek? That's mad.
Salt and pepper pots from Concorde.
Enjoy that, Dave. We've had a few gifted memberships today, so it looks like you've picked one of those up, mate. $32 brand new VIPs on today's show. Cheers, everyone. Sandra, no worries at all. Great to have you with us this morning. Hope you're having a great Wednesday so far. Gulf Air 24 minutes out, Roger.
Brill.
Qatar next to land. In from Doha. Flight time today then. 6 hours, 48 minutes. Crazy wing fluff on the arrival there. Looking forward to getting a little video of this together. Came down with a bit of a bump though.
It did, didn't it?
Really slammed that one.
Yeah, Suze, the fog was a lot thicker earlier on. A lot thicker.
Yeah, we couldn't even see past the fence line, really, Suze, when me and Andy arrived.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Lee, yeah. To be honest, it's more on the departures I wanted to get it today, but I don't think we're that lucky today. I think the best ones were those Dreamliners earlier on.
Oh, wow. That's early for a Jet 2.
Heading to Newcastle.
Amazing. Has been very busy at Manchester today as well. Always seems busier when they're on single runway ops as well, because you're getting both the arrival and the departure traffic right in front of you. Still no sign of that Emirates A380 though. That was due out earlier on. I think it'll just be ready when it's ready. Seems like the estimated departure time keeps getting pushed back on that. Could be here for hours more, who knows?
From the land at Ryanair Max 1 hour 51 minutes. Yeah, we've seen that, Jimmy. Yeah, jet to Luton News.
Yeah. I suppose they'll just add as many planes as they can get away with at Luton, given the competition there, of course. I mean, I think the next one before then is Bournemouth, I think. And they're only basing literally like 2 planes there or something. Liverpool only had 4, I think. But I mean, it's just more options really for people. It's a great airline. Five planes from Luton. Nice. That's decent.
Oh, nice, Nicole. Always wondered what it'd be like to just go away for Christmas.
Yeah, I did look at it, but it's not cheap. I think a lot of people like to do it.
I put a post out on our Facebook page earlier today, just saying, has anyone ever spent Christmas Day on the beach?
Oh, that'd be good.
But it feels slightly strange as well.
Yeah. I suppose in like places like Australia, that might be quite normal.
Yeah.
And there's summer.
Hey up, Plymouth Phil, how you doing, mate? Titan, 14 minutes out. Yeah, I was just having a browse through Flight Radar. Yeah, I saw that, mate. Looking good. Jeff saying I surfed on Christmas Eve on the coast of Brittany. Wow.
Nice little bits of wing fluff there on the Iceland Air. And then back to Reykjavik.
Making full use of the runway length available to him as well.
Did I have Reykjavik on GeoGuessr last night?
Did you?
Yeah, we had the inside of it. And it was just like, I think the language gave it away. It was Henna in the chat who pointed out, I was like, that's Icelandic. I was like, oh yeah. Really long, complicated, Scandinavian sounding words. Bit quiet on the mound over there. Did look nice though. I was saying it's like the nicest looking airport I've seen, interior wise. Looked really smart. There's one chap there with looks like a video camera set up, doing a bit of filming.
Yeah, it's not Matt Smith today, I'm afraid.
Yeah. And good to get some views from over there now that the fog's lifted. I flew to New York on Christmas Day because it was really cheap. Wow. I didn't realize there were many flights on Christmas Day.
I've got a weird kind of thing about traveling on Christmas Day or Boxing Day. Like, you can go like short distances and stuff like that, but I don't think I'd do a long drive on those days because that's the day your car's going to break down or something.
Right.
You're not going to be able to get in touch with anybody. Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone's going to be busy, not working. It's going to be sat somewhere in your car.
Where's your coat, Brown Bill? I've got a jumper on. I'm warm enough. It's not too bad.
Not too bad. He says 7 degrees C and he's stood there like that.
I've got a glove on.
Meanwhile, I'm down here like this. How you should be dressed.
I feel like I'm just getting used to it at this point. There's also no wind as well. That helps. Have you guys ever been in the tunnel under the runway?
Mm.
Yeah, you go through them. I mean, you don't even know it's the runways. You know, it just feels like any normal tunnel.
Until the one time you're driving through it, and all of a sudden, you're right over the top, you're driving like, oh!
Yeah. It's funny how that's modeled in the default Microsoft Flight Simulator, because it's like, it doesn't know where the road starts and ends, so it just kind of like draws a road with cars, and then there's no tunnel. They just go into the side of the runway.
Really?
Yeah, you can't really see that from over here, really.
Dave said, I went from Manchester to Toronto and realised why the plane was only half full. It was Friday the 13th.
Ah. I wonder if that's a cheap day to fly on then.
I was just going to say, I reckon you could bag a right bargain, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Because I'm not really about that sort of thing. Doesn't really bother me.
Superstitious.
Yeah. Well, not about dates and stuff like that, no.
Yeah. Not walking under ladders and stuff like that. Smashing mirrors.
No, I probably walked under tons of ladders where we used to work.
A lot of planes on over row 13. Yeah, that's true, Seb. A lot of apartment blocks as well, apparently the same. They'll usually use floor 13. Either they'll skip it or they'll use it for like a sort of a maintenance room or utility floor or something.
That's probably why your flat's never cleaned.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to put anybody off, but just because it's called row 14 doesn't mean it's not row 13, does it?
Exactly. It actually is.
It is row 13. It's just called row 14.
That's funny. All right. In Japan, they have the same with the number 4. Interesting.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I don't really get the whole 13 thing, but
Neither do I.
I've never really had a bad run-in with the number 13. I've had plenty of experiences with the number 13.
Virgin Atlantic out to Atlanta. Next to come round the corner. A330. Is it worth going upstairs, chat? Do we think? I don't think so, is it?
Problem is, it's still very grey and kind
I
of
know.
hazy, isn't it? Oh. Me and Sam had a fun time with that. I borrowed that, the Osmo DJI Pocket.
Oh, yeah.
For a webcam. And what you can do is, you know how you got webcam controls on like Windows, like you got like exposure and stuff.
Mm.
There's a pan, tilt, and zoom on that, and you can actually move them, and the camera will move.
Yeah,
actually real life.
Yeah.
We definitely didn't spend half the stream playing with that.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Hey, Tom and Ann, thanks so much. Gifting a membership to the community. Appreciate that. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, bring that back in, by the way, because I might use it over the weekend.
Yeah.
Or it might... No, actually, bring it in... Defo, bring it in tomorrow.
Yeah.
'Cause I want to do some behind-the-scenes stuff tomorrow. Yeah, I think we... should I send an email about tomorrow, do you think?
Yeah, as long as it still looks like that runway. Yeah, thanks all for the support on today's show. Appreciate it. It's been a strange one. I kind of thought the fog would take longer to lift.
Mm.
So we'd probably spend like the first hour or something in complete fog. But no, immediately as soon as we went live, it started to improve.
Martin Higgins, thanks so much. Also gifting a membership, mate. Appreciate that. Yeah, winds are from the north, so...
All right, okay.
Northeast. Might need to look at Plymouth Hill, yeah, we had a lot more fog than this when we first started, mate.
Yeah.
It's cleared up quite a bit since then.
Yeah, if you just real quick skip to the very start of the stream for like a few seconds, you'll see what we mean. We did go live a bit earlier as well because there was an A380 with an emergency situation. Lots of fire crew around it as well, and turns out it had an engine stall on the takeoff roll. So now that A380 is back on stand. So there's actually 2 Super Jumbos at Manchester at the moment.
And Beastie, thank you so much for supporting the channel with a £2 donation. Saying another great stream, guys. Really glad you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for tuning in. We have got the Gulf Air on the way in shortly. Titan is number 2 to land, though. Not seen these for a while, so this will be a nice catch. Not quite sure what's happening with the 380, whether it's going to go out or not.
Yeah, could be any time, couldn't it, really? Could be here for hours, could be here overnight.
But we'll get this Gulf Air in, and then if there's no sign of the 380, we'll wrap there for today. Next to land, in from Oslo, Scandinavian A320. There's a few remotes GTF that they can use, so they're all right for now.
Yeah, there's a chance that A380 could need actual work doing to it, so he might be on the ground for a while. I'd imagine with something as serious as an engine stall, it's probably something you need to really look at and make sure it's safe before it does go out flying again.
Virgin Atlantic A330 lining up next out. If you are new, make sure you've turned your notifications on the channel and click like if you can, if you've enjoyed yourself today.
It was the Emirates A380 that had the engine stall.
Hey, Jet Setter Jr.
Wow.
Thank you so much for your awesome donation, mate. 1999 donation coming in. Saying greetings from Colorado, about 5:15 a.m. here. And this is for the day's show. Thank you so much, mate. Great to have you with us. That's a very kind donation.
Thank you so much.
Mega departure, that.
Awesome.
Thanks again, Jet Setter, for the very generous donation, mate.
Ooh, Titan A320.
Yeah, it's just positioned up from Gatwick.
Cool. Maybe a football charter or something going on. Engine compressor stall could be due to a faulty pressure sensor, which might need to be sourced. Yeah, so could be here for a little while.
Down to conditions as well.
Yeah.
Lots of different variables.
Lovely catch. Oh yeah, England play Greece tomorrow night. I wonder if it's something to do with that. That'll be a good game.
David saying VW have chartered a few flights to Munich for training courses of a new car launch.
Oh. Interesting.
Where do you hear about stuff like that, David?
I know.
I'd love to know all that sort of stuff.
It's so random, but yeah, it could be that Titan.
Frankfurt next to land.
Titan off to Munich later. Okay, so it's probably going to be that then, isn't it?
Mm.
England leaving from Birmingham this afternoon. Right, Scappy. All seems quite like random this this European tournament that's going on. Because isn't it like mid-season? Like players are going to have to just leave for a few games, aren't they? Or a game here and there. Like how are they going to have time to train and work as a team, you know what I mean?
Oh, it was on Ringway reports. We must have missed that. We usually do keep an eye on those guys doing some great work. If you don't follow Ringway reports already, make sure you go and give them a follow on Instagram if you want to keep in the loop with Manchester Airport news. Cheers, Graham. Glad you enjoyed it, mate. Norwegian in from Oslo, next to land.
I wonder what this new car is then from VW.
Mm.
Will it just be like a new version of an existing car, I wonder? A new Golf? It does sound very disruptive, Scappy.
I'm going to tap Air Portugal, heading back out to Lisbon, and as you can see, the cloud ceiling really has lifted quite a lot now. Egypt Air next to landing from Cairo. And that should be... there's a couple actually to get in. Ryanair from Berlin, and then our Bahrain flight will be after that.
I'm not sure, Matt. Asking if there's any regulations about what colours can be used on planes.
I mean, Emirates See the Magic has pretty much used all of them, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's true. A lot of planes do tend to go with the white fuselage, though, because it does. It's easier to maintain, and also the resale value stays nice and high because, other airlines don't have to apply as much paint when they buy it. That's why most airlines do use white, but I don't think there's any restriction on certain colours. White paint isn't as heavy, saying Sam as well. There you go.
It's mad to think, isn't it? Because if you look at something like that Ryanair and you just decide you're going to paint it all blue one day and then times that by the whole fleet, I'm curious how much of a cost impact that has on the airline. That's been and gone now. So he needs a new sticker.
Yabush sticker. In one of ours.
Yeah. Hey, glad you enjoyed it, Patricia. Thanks for watching.
Gear up on the Aer Lingus ATR 72, going back to Dublin.
And the arriving Gulf Air next to land.
Oh, yes.
Quite late in today.
Just a bit. Lovely colours there on the Gulf Air. Oh, nice, Martin. Got some pictures of the B-52 flying over.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I would love to see them. Certainly up close would be nice. They have one in what's the airport we went to? I forget the name now. It's completely eluded me now. The Air Museum, where they have the Spitfires based and whatnot. Duxford.
Duxford, yeah.
That's it. How did that elude my brain?
It sometimes happens, doesn't it?
I know, and you're just like, that's so obvious. Duxford, yeah, they have one based there.
It's because you're not a true aviation fan, mate.
I know, I'm only here for the the overhead shots. Yeah, Duxford. And you can stand right under it. It's so cool. You can see the size of it. Nuts. Bit of kit, that. This was meant to arrive at 6:30, right? Yeah, about that, yeah. It's usually one of the first arrivals of the day. Masked KLM on finals. Awesome.
Will it get off at the rapid exit? Do I go upstairs and hope for the best? I'll see how it lands.
I don't know that, Danny. Is Duxford the only place outside of the US to have an SR-71 Blackbird? Wow, if that's true, that's mega. Love that plane. It's looking good. I might vacate. Come on.
I'm glad I didn't run.
Maybe not.
Going to roll right past the next one as well. Look.
That's mad, isn't it? Like, surely they could make that.
Mate, there's something in the notebook or something
Yeah.
that's telling them not to use that rapid exit.
Weird, isn't it?
Very strange. Twitch crew, do me a favour. Our mate Jake has just started streaming on his own channel some flight sim.
Oh.
And he's live. He's only got 5 viewers.
Oh my
so
gosh.
I want everybody on Twitch not only to go over and get involved in the chat. Wake up, Twitch crew. Go and get involved in the chat. Get some hype going in his channel. Go and show him some love as well. Drop a follow on his channel as well. Go and give him some support, guys. Brand new to streaming on Twitch. I want you to all go and get involved. Let's see his chat pop off. I don't want 156 lurkers. Go in there and give him a bit of a buzz, guys.
Overwhelm him.
Go on. Off to Jake. Enjoy. Mate, have some good flights. I'll chat to you when we get back. He may not be slightly PG, though. Just bear that in mind. But
he's funny.
He's
really
a good
funny.
lad.
Yeah.
And he deserves the support. So go and show him some love, guys. Yaboosh. You're going over to Jake. And YouTube crew. We'll get this KLM in. And we'll say goodbye today. You see his reaction. Hold on.
Such a smart looking plane, this. What's his channel? Say and tell. Have you got a link for YouTube?
Yeah, I will do, yeah.
Yeah, it looks strange, doesn't it? KLM A321neo. Looks odd. I'm going to have him on when I get back, I think.
Yeah, been a good stream today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks to everyone who's gifted memberships on today's show as well. Really do appreciate it. Thanks for sticking with us today.
Yeah. Check out the Airliners Live calendars as well. There's only a few of them left now, folks.
Yes, they are nearly all gone.
About 20 left on the shelves, so grab yours before they're all gone.
And we have something quite nice on the way in the next couple of weeks to commemorate the Jet 2757s. So keep an eye out on our socials, our merch store. We'll update you guys when we can. But for myself, Martin and Andy up on the roof doing a mega job. Thank you all for tuning in today. Thanks for the awesome stream, awesome support as always. Take it easy. And we'll see you in Matt's show on Friday. Nice one, guys. See you in a bit.
Bye.
Whoa, Jake said he's better than me at landing. Don't watch Martin, watch me. Right, don't watch Jake, guys. He's rubbish. Don't watch him. Forget I put the link in.